And then I was like, Happy Father's Day, you filthy animal. That was the only thing I could come up with. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another exciting episode of Downright Fierce Gaming. My name is Josh Sensia. With me is...
Brandon Akers.
And...
Tristan Haynes.
What up?
Hi, people.
Oh, my God. We have 15 pages. 15 pages of news. This is all I've been doing today.
Sit back,
That's
relax.
It. Get ready.
Take a while.
It's going to be awesome. Let's start with some actually very, very exciting news. The Atari, what is it called again? The Atari box.
Yep, Atari box.
Atari box kind of announced.
Because we got Xbox.
And that's what I'm saying. They're at least the project name. At the very least, the project name is the Atari box. And I'm thinking, like, could you not get more creative with that title? You know, was Atari Station taken?
I mean, they got that shiny new logo.
It is well, I mean, it's the same logo, but yeah. So according to company CEO Fred Chesney, I can't say last names. I should just stop trying. Atari is back in the hardware business. Atari released a teaser video, which is playing right there if you're watching the live stream, which you should. If you're listening to the audio right now, you should watch our live streams. They're pretty cool. So it features the new console with that appears to have a wood grain design. According to this video, the console will be called the Atari Box. And the company has not provided any other information, but they have confirmed it will be based on PC technology. Now, I think this is a terrible idea. I think this is really bad. Unless this is an Atari Classic, which that's a lot of fancy stuff for an Atari Classic. If it is not an Atari Classic and they're trying to compete in the console market, how do you compete with Xbox and how do you compete with PS4? That doesn't make sense.
There's a lot that's not going to happen to this. But then again, it could explode.
I mean, it could explode because they don't know how to make consoles, you know?
It could be like Samsung all over.
I'm just saying, like, okay, so you have Microsoft with the Xbox One X, right? Analysts said that it was going to cost $600 to make and to not lose money. So they lost money with every single console sold. They lost $100, and they have the capital to do that, though. They have the capital to do that, and... You know, Atari doesn't. They can't compete with PS4. I mean, PS4 they just announced their console sales hit 60.4 million.
Maybe the Atari box is just going to be so cheap to manufacture, except for the casing itself, that it's going to be easy for them to sell at $60 a piece, just like the classic NES.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. If they go classic, if they do classic and you're just playing classic games, or even underpowered, if you're like just playing, 32-bit games, hey. That's cool. All right, do your thing. Be unique like, a Nintendo.
Right.
Yeah. All right, so moving on. We have got a new Splinter Cell game.
Nailed it.
Maybe. That's all we know now it's maybe. Ubisoft CEO, and I don't know how do you say that? Yves Guillemot.
I think Yves.
Yes.
Yves Guillemot. He says, all the Tom Clancy games are really coming along, so we are not forgetting Splinter Cell. That's it. That's all he said.
Okay.
That's it.
I'll take it.
Yeah, that's cool.
I mean, I said it the other day.
Yeah, you did call that. You called that. You did. So, another piece of news. We've been talking a lot about IO Interactive. It's like every single week we have a new development with IO Interactive. This is like the fastest deal I've ever seen in gaming. This is insane. So the new, if you haven't seen the other stuff, or you don't know who IO Interactive are, they created Hitman, they created Kane and Lynch, and they got fired by Square Enix. Square Enix said, bye, go away, bye Felicia. Now, the future of Hitman was uncertain. We didn't know what was going to happen. Well, we found out recently that they have officially become an independent studio, and in the negotiations, they got to keep Hitman.
Good for them.
Hitman lives on, guys.
Yes.
That's pretty much the only title that they have under their belt. They're not going to come out with a new IP. They're a new studio. They're going to make another Hitman game, and that's fantastic because they did so well with the last one. I mean, it was critically received very well. Studio CEO Hakan Abrak said, we have successfully concluded our negotiations with Square Enix and have agreed to a management buyout. Crucially, we will keep the rights to Hitman IP. Good for you guys. Very good. The Walking Dead is a TV show.
It is.
That some have, seen or heard about. And there is a VR game coming from the Walking Dead people. It's going to be developed for PSVR, HTC Vive, and Oculus by Skydance Interactive.
So you can really get eaten by zombies.
Yeah.
You can experience zombie eating firsthand.
Sort of.
Yeah, do you get to eat people?
Well, that's okay. So I did some research.
Okay.
Skydance Interactive. Does that name sound familiar?
I mean, no. Yes.
Okay. What about?
Wait, it's just before I go with it. Skydance is the one where it's the person doing the hands up and it's got the little rainbow over their head.
Of all the research I did not look that.
Logos would have won it over. I would have had
Maybe. So I looked up information. Have you heard of a little game called XCOM 2?
Yes.
Well, they ported
not
that
the
to
Navy SEALs?
Xbox One and PS4. Have you
How
heard
are
of a
those
little?
ports?
Have you heard of a little game called The Evil Within?
No.
Yes.
They ported that one to Xbox One and PS4 and PC. Have you heard of a little game called Gears of War 4?
What?
They did the motorcycle chase and the elevator escape sequence.
So they're good at porting?
That's who they are.
That's what they get.
That's who's developing now. Okay.
So they're developing a game?
Before I go into what the game is going to be, I want to say I don't think it's fair to make fun of a studio just because they're small operations.
No,
You know, this is
no,
the first
I mean-
shot, but here's the thing: this is your first shot with a major title. Do not mess this up. Don't do that. You have a lot riding on your shoulders. This is not a motorcycle sequence. This is freaking Walking Dead. Now they said
It's just Walking Dead. You'll be fine.
It's a walking simulator.
Right? You got 2 speeds.
10 points to Gryffindor. That was awesome. The focus of the VR game will be an immersive narrative storytelling experience that forces players to make the same complex moral choices faced with characters in other Walking Dead stories versus making a straight-up horror VR game. So it's not going to be... Wait, hold on.
Is it going to be based off of the comic or is it going to be based off of the show?
The show.
So it's AMC titled.
Yeah, and hold on. So immersive narrative storytelling experience with choices that...
Is this a Telltale?
I feel like I'm having a little deja vu. Wait, hold on. Oh, this isn't Telltale. This is another thing. Why?
So it's Telltale in VR.
I think they're setting themselves up to fail. You can't have a narrative Walking Dead game. I don't care if it's VR or not.
What else is there for Walking Dead, though?
I mean, just maybe just kind of, I mean, not necessarily decisions that affect the rest of the thing. Just one story, one singular story. Focus on the story, make it a really good story, and then, make your game.
That would be really weird, especially going the route of VR, where you're giving people more control to give something that's on rails. Like, I don't know. That just doesn't seem to fit with the whole idea behind VR itself.
Good point. All right. So a couple weeks ago, we were speculating on whether or not Destiny 2 will run at 60 frames per second on the Xbox One X since PS4 Pro could not handle it. And Luke Smith, design director for Bungie, confirmed that it will run at 30 frames per second on Xbox One X. Now, nobody is at Bungie or anywhere is saying that it can't, which when they were saying that it couldn't run on the PS4 Pro at 60 frames, they explained why. They're like, oh yeah, it's just the graphics and all this stuff. But nobody said anything about Xbox. It just went silent after that. I think it can. I think with this whole deal with Sony that they have and the fact that, Bungie and Microsoft kind of have a past.
Yeah.
I think that's why.
So you're going to tell me that somebody can go back in and mod it and then all of a sudden it'll be running at 60 frames a second on the Xbox One X?
I don't really think it's that easy to run mods on consoles, but sure.
They run mods on consoles.
Theoretically, theoretically the power is there. So if somebody had the know withal to, if that's a word, to do that kind of stuff, then yeah, sure.
Okay.
Maybe. All right. Now, moving on. Metal Gear Survive has been delayed from 2017 to early 2018. That's all I want to say about that.
No.
I have to cover... We're covering all the news, and I don't want to call any more attention to Metal Gear Solid
Is that the
Survive.
space one?
It's just going to take a while. Got it.
It's sad is what it is. I looked up videos of it on YouTube, and it's completely ruining the Metal Gear Solid name. It really upsets me. I don't want to focus on it anymore. The game's not happening. No, it is. In an interview with IGN, head of Xbox Phil Spencer shared that the Xbox One X had a few alternative names.
Oh, like better names?
Like better names, exactly. They were thinking about doing Elite, but they already had an Xbox
I mean, even
360
Xbox,
Elite.
it shall not be named, would have been better.
Yeah, Well, we're getting to that. They really wanted to do S, but that one obviously has already been used. They even considered keeping Scorpio since everybody really liked the project name, but stated that it was that was a hard one to get a trademark for. Now, I came up with a list of alternative names.
Okay.
The first one is the Xbox One Expensive. The next one is the Xbox 1.5/2.5 HD Final Mix.
Okay.
Yeah. How about
like every Kingdom Hearts title?
That's where I was pulling from.
Can never make the third one.
Yeah. The Xbox 4K Media Player, which is basically all it is.
I like that. Why didn't they just call it Microsoft's Media Box?
Oh, there you go. And then finally, the Xbox One, more reason to love Sony.
That's a little harsh.
That one wins.
If this mic wasn't so expensive, I'd drop it! All right. Oh my God, so many pages of news. And I've been listening to our audio, and you can really hear the pages turning. So I don't know if that's
because you're turning them right here, like up. Well,
I don't know. This is a small room. I don't know where else to turn them. I'm gonna turn them up here, and they're already turned. I can't even turn it anymore. So let's move on to E3. That's where we are right now. We're gonna talk about E3 stuff. E3 stuff.
Look at all that stuff going in the background.
Yeah. First up, Bethesda. Now, last week we were talking that we believe that they were going to showcase the new AAA Bleeding Edge freemium game at the conference. There's nowhere to be seen. They didn't talk about it. I guess it's still a ways out. But we did hear about 2 new VR games. Doom VR is coming out.
Is it a remake?
VFR. Which you could fill in the blanks. It's not going to be the full game. So it's not like remake or anything like that. It's not a full game. It's rather a series of funtivities set throughout the Doom world. So in the remake, the last Doom game in that world, funtivities. There's going to be problem solving using mechanical arms, exploring the space station using node-based movement, and killing demons with guns. It's coming to Vive, and no word on whether it will also release on Oculus, and no release date. Now, the really awesome one, though, everybody kind of knew this was happening. Fallout 4 VR. God, I wish I had a Vive. It's the game. It's the full version of the game in Vive. God, I wish I had that.
I'm good.
You're good? What?
Me too.
Fallout 4 was alright,
But VR. Yeah. But VR.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't want to spend 60 hours in VR.
Just because you put a flame decal on a car doesn't mean you get extra horsepower.
Wait, what? It doesn't? Oh, dang. I gotta return something. Now, that's gonna come out later this year in October. The other thing is Creation Club for Skyrim and Fallout 4. Now, I wasn't sure what this was when they announced it. They're like, oh, mods and easier and mods and Skyrim and Fallout 4. Okay. So I did some research. Now, what it is the modding community. It's going to be a platform for them. Creation Club is a platform that will allow modders to create content, submit it through Creation Club, and all mods will be approved, curated, and taken through the full internal development cycle, including localization, polishing, and testing. And Bethesda will also pay any modders involved and offer dev support. So when you break it all down, they're outsourcing mods. That's what they're doing. I mean, this could be...
it's cool. It's huge.
It's going to make it easier to get mods. And, obviously they're going to take
Well, no, it's not going to make it easier to make
It'll be
mods.
easier for consoles.
It's going to just be... Yeah, it's easier for consoles. And you're not going to crash your game file every time you try to mod a system now.
That's true.
That's going to be the major thing.
It's going to be quality mods, but now you're going to have to pay for these mods. And, we'll see how it works out. But it's kind of... I don't know whether or not to look at this and be like, hey, yay, or...
I'd pay 99 cents for a mod.
Do they have any word on if the mod developers get to choose the prices, if they're going to have set price tiers, anything like that?
Nothing on that, no. But probably, I would imagine so. I couldn't see why not.
Yeah.
Now, that is coming to PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. That is cool that it's coming to consoles. I like that.
No word on it coming to the Switch with the new Skyrim coming out?
Probably not going to come to Switch. Probably not. Now, Skyrim is coming to Switch, though. Skyrim, just Skyrim, no mods. Coming to Switch, support will feature motion controls for attacking. It's going to have amiibo support, and you can use the Breath of the Wild Link amiibo to spawn a treasure chest that has Link's equipment, including the Master Sword, Hylian, is that how you say it? Hylian?
Yep.
Shield, and Champion's Tunic. Release window is Holiday 2017.
That's actually kind of intriguing. I like that skin customization.
Yeah, it kind of makes me want to buy a Switch. Like, more and more, the more games they're announcing, I'm getting closer to buying a Switch.
It's going to grow.
That's not the first time you told me that. Because of penis. Because of penis. Penis. All right.
Let's keep it PG.
All right. Dishonored. That was a game. Depth of the Outsider. It's getting a standalone expansion, not a DLC. When I posted that on our page, I said it was a DLC. It's not a DLC. It is a standalone expansion, going to get its own box and whatnot. Now, what's weird is it's being described as the perfect entry point for those new to the Dishonored series.
Okay.
Wouldn't one be the perfect entry point? I mean, how do you... I don't get that. How could a standalone expansion of the second game be the perfect entry point?
Is it a prequel or something?
I mean, probably.
Maybe it's
something like that.
playing at the same time frame, but as a different person.
The Outsider is the guy that gives you the powers and stuff, so...
Oh, I have no idea. Yeah. Will you play as Billy Lurk, who is out to kill the series' mysterious outsider, along with the Empress assassin Daoud? D-A-U-D? Daoud? Anyways, it's coming out September 15th.
Cool.
Moving on to The Evil Within 2. I got a point for this one. I got a point for my prediction for this one. So awesome. It has they released a cinematic trailer. It looks like the Silent Hill game we always wanted. I am so freaking excited. You'll be playing as the main character from the first game, Sebastian. An extended gameplay trailer was later released showing off more action, and it appears the core gameplay is the same with a focus on stealthy movement and limited use of weapons. It is coming out October 13th. You guys are so distracted looking at that trailer.
Yeah, no, it's my first time getting to see it.
Isn't it? I mean, it looks amazing, though. I mean, like, okay, yeah, we're not looking at gameplay. This is a cinematic trailer, but I think that it's, of all games, it's showing the tone. I mean, it is showing, the kind of art style that they're going for, and the fact that, and there is some gameplay later on in the trailer.
Did they say anything about fixing the game mechanics? Like
fixing it how?
Well, in my opinion, when I was playing through the first time, the controls were Resident Evil 4-ish, but more jumping around.
Okay.
Everything didn't kind of smooth together as well as I wanted it to.
Well, I mean, from the gameplay video I was in the articles I was reading, it sounds like they said it was like the perfect sequel because it is the original but better and improved.
Okay.
They also said that for State of Decay 2, which I said really weird. State of Decay.
State of Decay.
State of Decay.
Yeah, you were not that excited about that last week.
State of Decay.
You feel better now?
I feel a little bit better. I forgot if I included it in here. Let's just assume that I didn't.
Of course he's feeling better. He won on the predictions.
They were talking about with State of Decay 2 that the exact same thing. It is the old game, but a little bit better. But it's still having issues. The frame rate drops. It's still having a lot of issues. So,
what about that milk?
Yeah, it's a lot of milk.
That's weird.
All right, let's move on to Wolfenstein. Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus. We all knew this was happening. They teased it last year, but I don't think anybody anticipated how freaking awesome this is going to look. I mean,
and how soon?
And how soon. Now, it was a weird trailer. Really weird. Like, it opened with a classic, like an old TV show looking thing with a giant robot dog.
Do we have that video?
No, we don't. The robot dog kind of took a while. It's kind of hard to show that off because you can't really hear what they're saying.
Okay.
But they showed gameplay and it looks bonkers. I mean, graphics look fantastic. Game seems to take place in America. Frau Engel, the chick from the first one, is going to be the main villain with her daughter Sigrun, who looks like a fat version of Frau Engel. I mean, I gotta say, as far as bad guys go, she's horrifying and amazing. Scary. She is very scary.
I heard the wheelchair combat is actually pretty cool.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Very nice. So it's going to have even better story, and graphics are amazing, and it's coming out October 27th. It looks so good.
I'm actually excited for it. I really am.
Yeah, and typically I don't like these kinds of first-person shooters because it's a lot of like just running around and running gun without any kind of taking into consideration where you are, like taking cover and stuff like that. It's just like running through blasting, but the graphics look so good that, I mean, you can see that right there. Graphics look freaking amazing, and the particle effects and everything. I mean, it looks like it's going to be an absolute blast to play. And the story, I mean, the characters that they have on there, they're all really weird, and they're all like, it looks really awesome. I'm so excited. I kind of don't want to move on to the next thing so I can watch more of this gameplay. Seriously, guys, you should watch.
I heard
you should watch our live streams.
An interview with one of the developers. They said like the choice you make in the first game is going to have an effect on the world in this one too. So
really,
yeah, they're all in on that still. So those guys seem pretty nuts. Yeah,
hell yeah, awesome. All right, so that was the end of the Bethesda E3. I thought it was a pretty good conference.
Yeah, no, that definitely.
Bethesda Land was weird though.
Didn't like it.
I didn't like that. I mean, I get it. Like, they kept hyping it. They're like, oh, it's Bethesda Land. Where, this is under construction. What's going to happen here? I thought that they were actually going to have, like, a theme park. Like, they're like, hey, like, Nintendo Land. I mean, they're doing that, like, maybe somewhere in California there's going to be Bethesda Land, and you go through hell, and you go through, Skyrim, and you go through all these things. And I'm like, oh, this is just a really weird way to announce games. Okay. All right, Bethesda. Get out of your own butt. So Ubisoft opened with a game that we were making fun of. We were saying that this game was going to be stupid. Nobody wants this game. Don't make it. And it turns out it looks awesome. Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. I'm finally going to say it. I want it.
Maybe Rabbids aren't so bad.
Maybe, well, no.
Rabbids are not minions, is what I learned from this trailer.
Rabbids are absolutely minions. They're little freaking French minions. And I don't like them. If this was just Mario without the Rabbids, I would be so down for this. In fact, I bet you Miyamoto wanted just Mario, and they're like, hey, no, we have cute things too. Well, let's add Rabbids. And he's like, okay. So, but no, it looks amazing. It's basically, I mean, it looks like Mario meets XCOM. I mean, that's basically what it looks like. Now, it was a really weird way to open up a conference, though, because Yves Guillemot was on stage. He was talking about, Ubisoft and all these things. And then he welcomes up Miyamoto, which was awesome. He came out with a little cannon. Everyone's like, yeah, Miyamoto. Oh, my God, it's Miyamoto. And then they started just, like, circle jerking on stage. They might as well have been. Just complimenting, oh, Miyamoto, I love all your games. Like, oh, yes, your Ubisoft games are so fantastic. Oh, it's been such a pleasure to work with you. Oh, yeah, I can't wait for this game to come out. Are you excited? Oh, I'm so... just back and forth. I'm like, oh, my God, just stop. This is too much. And they're broken English, and it was really awkward. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. But that's happening. That's happening. Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, release date, October...
Are they following August? It looks like they're following Roomba.
It does look like they're following Roomba. August 29th. Seriously, I think this is going to get great scores. This is a fantastic... It's a watered down XCOM. I mean, that's absolutely what it is. And if it has the polish of an Ubisoft and a Nintendo game combined, then, And I know Ubisoft, polish, but you know what I mean. With some of their titles, they're polished.
Well, I mean, this is going to be incredibly polished. Miyamoto's...
Yeah, Miyamoto would not let... Yeah, absolutely. All right. So now with the Ubisoft conference, we also saw some more Assassin's Creed Origins, South Park: The Fractured Butthole, and Far Cry 5. I'm so excited for this game. I cannot wait to play this game.
Oh, that's right. You are a huge Far Cry fan. I'm like, why did we skip so quickly over Assassin's Creed?
I have loved Far Cry since 1. I even loved 1. I thought it was fantastic.
I loved Far Cry 1 because I loved the map creator.
Yeah, Map Creator was really good, too.
It was like the first console game that was like, no, build your own map, have fun, let's play multiplayer, let's go crazy.
And everybody wants to talk crap about Far Cry 2. I still love Far Cry 2. I think I didn't
like it as much as the first one.
I did. I really did. I replayed it a whole bunch of times. Now, here's the thing. With this, video, you can see that, they're trying to show that this is gameplay. But at the same time, it kind of looks a little bit too polished. I'm wondering if this is maybe a vertical slice, which I don't really even think it matters for a game like this because you already know what to expect with Fallout. Even if it doesn't look this good, even if it doesn't look this... Fallout. Did I say Fallout? I did.
You totally said it.
Okay, well, Far Cry, you know what I mean. It's even if it's, we know what to expect. We know what to expect when it comes to Far Cry games. had to double check and make sure I said Far Cry.
You said Far Cry. You're back
Okay,
on page.
We're good? We're good?
rolling.
Okay.
You're back on brand.
So as long as it has this kind of style, I'm fine with it.
I think it's
I'm
going to be
good.
my first Far Cry.
Yeah?
I think so.
You
It's
still
pretty cool.
You gotta play 3 first, man.
Really?
You gotta play 3. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Oh,
I'll tell you what. You let me borrow
no.
Persona 5. I'll let you borrow Far Cry 3.
Okay, deal.
Oh, sweet! I didn't think you'd take that.
I'm not going to play it again.
I
I escaped that.
Yeah, he beat it. He beat it.
Good job. I'm so proud of you.
February 27th, 2018. That's when this is coming out. I think that's when the last one came out too, wasn't it? Like around that. It was came out around February. Pretty sure.
Nobody
Primal.
knows the exact date.
Primal. I think Primal came out February. February. It's one of those,
February.
it's one of those words I don't like. February. I can't say it
I mean,
right.
or most people's last names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So The Crew 2, the game that nobody asked for and is coming out anyways. Do you guys care about that?
Nope.
Okay, I'm just gonna go over the information then.
Bye, guys.
It's an open world racing game. The game will add game will add new means of travel, including motorboats, planes, and car.
So you're supposed to race planes?
Just one car?
One car. That's it.
one car.
And car.
Wait, it's a racing game and they're just now introducing cars?
No, they've had cars. It's coming out early 2018. I don't care. It's whatever. The next one is Skull and Bones.
Woot,
Now,
woot.
Skull and Bones. If the gameplay looks familiar, it's because Ubisoft made Assassin's Creed Black Flag, and when they were making that, they were basically testing out technology. Well, sorry, first it was the American Revolution one, the third one, right?
Yeah.
That one had
A little bit of boat stuff.
a little bit of boat stuff. Sound like I
Yep.
said butt stuff.
Little
bit of butt
about
stuff. And then, so they were testing that, working that out for Assassin's Creed Black Flag. And Black Flag was testing that out for this game. This has all been basically building up. So this, when you really break it down, this game has been in development for like a decade.
Which
A long time.
I'm okay with that.
Absolutely.
I expect games to take longer than anybody else to
that's-
actually put together.
That's why Rockstar games are so good, is because they develop, they keep building on their systems, and now we have this awesome pirate game. So in Skull and Bones, players will work together with and against other players to become the best pirate around. Game features high-stakes naval battles between loot hunting pirates. The game features several types of ships which players can attempt to approach and board. Players must also evade the nearly invincible pirate hunters who will target the pirates with the most loot. There is also a kraken.
There's a Kraken.
There's a kraken.
I'm stoked now.
Yeah. So yeah, like I said, they're using the gameplay mechanics implemented from Assassin's Creed. So the game is already, when people had their hands-on demo with it, they're like, this feels extremely familiar. It is a better Black Flag game. There's going to be PvE on launch, and that will have an RPG-style progression to it. You will also be able to customize your crew, weapons, and abilities, as well as select the captain of your choice before heading out into the seas. So according to IGN, I love this quote. The PvP feels like Black Flag meets For Honor.
I'm down for that.
Is this a
That's
new
exciting.
sea sport?
So,
That's two. You're on fire. Or no, you're heating up.
Heating up.
You're heating up. Anyways, coming out Q3 2018. Yeah. All right. Moving on to Transference. It's a new VR game. I don't really know anything about it, so I just looked up a description. Transference is a psychological thriller that bridges the gap between movies and games. Lose yourself in a destructive tale of a man's obsession as you explore his digitally recreated memories. Experience the limits of technopsychology and escape a maze-like puzzle concealing a corrupted truth. Get projected into the digital consciousness of troubled case subjects, and maybe you will influence their fate. No clue.
No idea.
I don't know.
Didn't hear
It's
good
got
things.
Elijah Wood, so that's cool.
Yeah.
It's got Elijah Wood. He's in it. Coming out Q2 2018. Way to go, Elijah Wood. Now the next one.
oh, we got a video for this one.
Oh yeah, we got a video for this one. Starlink Battle for Atlas, not At Last. Atlas.
At last.
Players control a team of star pilots in search for ancient secrets on the worlds of Atlas while fighting to save it from the Forgotten Legion. Now, players can physically create customized ships using these toy parts that are associated with the games, kind of like Skylanders. And you take parts and you attach it to your ship, which is attached to the controller, and as you attach it to the ship that's on your controller, it appears in the game. Now, if all these parts were free and they just came with the game, you have a whole bunch of parts and you could just add them on there, I'd be like, hell yeah, that is a great idea. I would pay $70 for the game as opposed to the standard $60. That's so cool. But no, this is a money grab. It's a money grab. That's all it is. Skylanders, and it doesn't look like high quality of a game.
It attaches to your controller. That seems to be unwieldy.
Switch?
Yeah, it's coming to Switch. It's coming to Switch.
I'm excited now. All right. I'm gonna buy it, and I'll buy all the damn pieces. You're gonna buy it, and you're gonna spend like $120 and
just on the pieces. All that. All right. So yeah. Oh, but don't worry if you don't want to buy the physical pieces. Mm-hmm. They have digital ones that you can buy.
You can't unlock them.
No, you have to buy.
You can unlock them with money.
You can unlock them with your wallet.
Are they cheaper?
I don't know. Maybe. I guess. I mean, I would hope so. I would hope so. So that's coming out Q3 2018. Now the next one blew us away.
All right, look at that. That was kind of really bulky. I wish you could have hit pause there just to take a moment and enjoy the fact that he's holding the controller and the damn ship is 3 times the size of the controller.
It's pretty big.
Yeah, I don't see that working out well.
No, not really.
I want it just because it's obnoxious.
So we got this trailer, and immediately I knew. Immediately I'm looking at this, I'm like,
it's Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, exactly.
It's Jumanji.
So it's Beyond Good and Evil 2. Guys, it's happening. It's finally happening. Yay! After 15 years of waiting, it is finally happening. It's going to be a prequel to the original game and set in a different solar system. Now, all we saw during the conference was the cinematic trailer, which is what is playing right now. Again, if you want to watch the video on demand, maybe check out our YouTube page, youtube.com/a bunch-of-letters-and-numbers, because we need more subscribers.
We're almost there. Just only like 80 more to go. Come on, guys.
No. We 68.
Oh, good.
Yeah. We're almost there.
So I keep plugging that. And
I didn't know that I hadn't.
Oh my god. All right, 67. We need 67 subscribers, and then I could be like, hey, youtube.com/downrightfiercegaming. Anyways, you want to watch this video on demand because you want to see this. It looks fantastic. So, yeah, through interviews with the developers, I have more information than was just shown on the conference. Now, when I first started reading this, my first thought was, oh, great, this game is going to suck. I mean, we're not seeing gameplay here. We are seeing a cinematic trailer. That's all that is. That's not how the game is going to look. The story looks great.
Eye-catching.
No, it's eye-catching, absolutely. So I thought it was going to suck when I was hearing about this, because they're talking about having a seamless multi-planet world populated by dynamically generated characters with unique stories being told and optional social interaction throughout. That's a lot. That is what are you doing? That is way too much. They also
making it amazing.
They also want to have players be able to go from small, intimate locations like a back of an alley to a fully designed city, hop in a ship, and fly to the other side of the planet, or even to another world without loading times or transitions.
That's going to be a huge flipping game.
That sounds a lot like No Man's Sky. That's what No Man's Sky was saying they want to do, and look how that turned out.
It's going to be an extremely wide puddle.
Yeah.
Just no depth. Just... massive universe, but no depth. Like Skyrim.
I got it.
What? I like
Shut
it.
up.
Nice plug.
So they demoed it, though. They did a behind-the-scenes vertical slice demo, and the interviewer was blown away by what he saw. It actually seems like it's going to work. Like, it's actually working pretty well. Now, I mean, it still could suck. We don't know, because we haven't, seen more than a vertical slice, but the vertical slice demoed very, very well. Now, players can either start as a human or a hybrid, which was like the little monkey guy,
or the pig,
or the pig guy. Or you create your own character that has a unique background that will affect their story and place that. It will affect their story and place in the world. Oh, it'll affect their place in the world. Gotcha.
Okay.
According to the developers, the game is not about fighting or about making a big ship, but meeting others and discovering futures. While there will be RPG and action elements, the real focus will be on building relationships and creating unique stories around the worlds with both other players and your NPC crewmates. No word yet on release date.
So they're saying that there's not going to be an end point.
No. There is a story, and it does have an endpoint. There is a, I'm sure there's going to be an extra multiplayer level on top of that, but it's going to have just a singular story as well.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I'll take it.
Looks nice, though.
It does. All right.
It instantly already looks better than No Man's Sky.
Yeah. I mean, No Man's Sky looked better than No Man's Sky before it came out. So.
Right.
Now let's move on to Sony. Sony, after doing a weird live music performance with Sand and Hippies. Did you guys see that? It was so weird. It was so weird. They were like playing bongos and stuff, and like mandolins, and there was sand falling from the ceiling, and doing like weird shapes and stuff. It was cool, but it's like, what am I watching here? They showed footage from the Uncharted Lost Legacy. Story looks great. It looks really cool. I'm pretty excited for that one. Players control Chloe Frazer and Nadine Ross on a mission to find the Tusk of Ganesh. Game's coming out August 22nd. Pretty excited for that one.
It's actually right around the corner.
Yeah. Horizon Zero Dawn's getting some DLC with the Frozen Wilds. I don't think I've ever been not so excited for DLC for a game that I love. They didn't show anything that looked exciting. The trailer was short. It's Horizon. All I know about it is Horizon Zero Dawn in the snow. That's it.
But you are in the snow in part of the game.
I know.
Okay.
But there's more snow now.
Oh, good.
Now with more snow.
Can you snowboard?
If you can, if they showed that, then I'd be a little bit more excited.
Right? I mean, they got to add some sort of interact with the environment.
I agree. Now, we know nothing except that it's coming out 2017. That's all we know. Snow, possible snowboarding, and
possible.
2017.
SSX? Is that what you're saying?
That would have been cool. Moving on
Breath
to...
of the Wild gives you SSX. You can actually snowboard and sled in the sand. So sandboarding, too. And just mountain boarding.
That's SSSX.
SSX. Yep. 3.
You sound like you're really excited to get laid.
Stuttered.
Like, SSX. I am also SSX. All right. So the next thing is Days Gone. Now, this is a game we've heard a lot about over the past 1,000 E3s. Actually, no, last year was the first one.
Yeah,
still.
It's only recent. But
it feels like we keep hearing things about this game. We still have no release date, but we saw gameplay footage, which looked pretty damn cool. It shows a little bit more stealth components. It shows that you're fighting people as well as zombies, and using the zombies against people and doing stuff like that. I mean, it also, it kind of looks like Horizon Zero Dawn with zombies. Yeah. What do you think about it?
It's actually what I'm getting right now. But
Tristan, not excited for it?
Not really.
Why?
It's just another zombie game.
No, not name one that's been like this though.
I mean, if you give Left 4 Dead vehicles.
Did you honestly just compare this game to Left 4 Dead?
No, because Left 4 Dead's looking better. I'm kidding.
Tristan, seriously, defend yourself, because I'm gonna stab you.
I'm kind of tired of zombies.
Okay, look, yeah, okay, well, they're not zombies. They're infected.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
They're infected.
They're infected, so they're not quite dead.
Infected with what?
Maybe like undead.
These nuts. I don't know what they're infected with, but they're infected. And also, as you can see, you're not just going against zombies. I mean, zombies have been overdone, but
so
it looks like it wants to be The Last of Us,
Dead
but
game.
Yeah.
Brandon, do your homework. It looks really good. Anyways,
I mean, it looks like the last season of Walking Dead.
Okay. Moving on to Detroit Rock City. Detroit Become Human. Quantum Dreams is a game that is never coming out. Now this one's been announced for like 3 years, right? 3 or 4 years. It opened super haunting. This android, singing really beautifully. And, it looks awesome, but we still haven't seen too much. Like, I feel like we still haven't seen the whole picture. We still don't have a release date. And I feel like the longer you cook a game, the worse it gets. With a couple of exceptions, like Final Fantasy 15 and things like that. Good talk.
It's going to be in heavy rain with robots. So, yeah.
That's basically
cool.
what.
Yeah.
It looks like it's going to give you a little bit more control, though, which is pretty cool. All right, moving on to Monster Hunter. I had no idea what I was watching this, and I had no idea what I was seeing. Like this, it starts off with this guy, and he's like crawling through bushes, and he's got like camo on, and he's like tracking this like T-Rex looking thing. I had no idea what I was watching. I thought it was like, oh, this is like a new IP. This looks really cool. It kind of looks like prehistoric. I hate comparing every game to this, but Horizon Zero Dawn. It was really when the title came up and it said Monster Hunter, like
you're just blown away at that point.
I've never played a Monster Hunter game, but if all the games, which they're not. If all the games looked like this and or at least played like this, I would probably pick it up. This is actually going to be the first Monster Hunter game to have an expansive world to hunt in, so like an open world kind of thing, and you're going around. It's going to feature brand new monsters, drop-in co-op. That's going to happen.
That'll actually be interesting to see.
Yeah. Survival tools like the camo I was mentioning. You can pit monsters against each other. It's going to have seamless areas, so no loading. It's just going to go like right into the next area. Camouflage, which I guess I already mentioned now 3 times. The game's going to launch early 2018, first on consoles, then later on PC, but the PlayStation 4 version will have exclusive content.
Okay.
Very excited.
I'm actually really excited about that.
I can see people abusing the drop-in co-op, like using all your carts or something, right? Just killing themselves.
Using all your what?
So in the game, you have like 3 lives that you have to down the monster.
Okay.
And they call it carts because you get like carted back to the like starting point. So, but if it's like your whole group, I can see people just dropping in and kind of trolling you. So I'm worried about that.
Well, I mean, then don't invite those people. I mean, I imagine there'd be some. It wouldn't just be an automatic thing where people just drop in and out. It'd probably be a friends thing, right?
We'll see.
I mean, even if it is random, I'm sure that they'll keep everything separate. Like each person will be responsible for their own
lives and stuff.
So if they do get carted back, it's not going to cart the whole party.
That'd be good.
Yeah. I don't know. It looks cool, really awesome. Yeah. Moving on to I almost cried when I saw this. I knew right away when I saw this first scene with the grass and the tower in the background. I'm like, oh my god, they're doing it. They're freaking doing it. I thought it was gonna be a sequel, but no, it's not a sequel. That's fine.
But it's a
remake of Shadow of the Colossus.
So it's not remastered, it's actual straight up here's new.
Exactly. There's a difference between remaster and remake. For those of you who don't know, remasters are when they take the old game and then update it, the resolution, they maybe tweak some of the gameplay mechanics, maybe fix the camera a little bit.
They fix a lot of the bugs or glitches that people use as exploits.
Exactly. So that's a remaster. Remake is making a whole new game with the same elements and story, basically just using that as a template. Like you already know how you want it to play. So you program the game. I know.
Looks cool.
You make the game exactly like the original, and they said that it is exactly
even when
like the original.
It came out by itself on the PlayStation 2. It still was one of the most beautiful games of the time. And then, that looks amazing.
All right,
and that's about all I got for it.
So yeah,
is that just is that live play or is that a combination?
That's gameplay. Yeah, no, that's gameplay. I mean, you remember the old game? Like the old game, freaking had gameplay like that.
Right.
It's very cinematic.
And the old game was very beautiful too. It ran like at 2 frames per second, but So according to Sony Studios president Shuhei Yoshida, our Lord and Savior, the game content is the same as the original version, but all the assets are being remade. He also added player preferences for controls and such change over time. So we're working on implementing a more modernized way to play. We believe in you, cool. Shuhei. We believe in you. You know what else Shuhei also gave us? PlayStation VR stuff! Yeah! Oh! I wanted it so bad. Give me PlayStation VR stuff. There's just garbage on the freaking market right now. They're all like $20 games that last like 2 hours. We're getting our content. First one, so freaking excited. We're getting Skyrim. We're getting Skyrim on the VR. It's coming November. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna buy it. And you can use the move controllers, and you can block, and you can slice.
I like the excitement of that.
Oh, it's so good. You have no idea when
I'm super pumped for that.
Oh.
Notice how pumped he is for that over Fallout 4?
Well, Fallout 4 isn't coming to PlayStation VR.
Right, but it's still
if that was coming to PlayStation VR, I would be more pumped for Fallout than I would for Skyrim, because I like Fallout more than Skyrim.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, this one I'm surprisingly excited for, and I don't know why. Well, no, I know why. Final Fantasy 15's Monster of the Deep. It's a fishing game. Like in Final Fantasy 15, you can fish. The fishing was actually really fun in that game. They're making a virtual reality game called Monster of the Deep, and you just fish. I'm down.
I wonder if they're going to try to link that to the actual Final Fantasy 15. Like if there's story? Well, no, not story necessarily, but like say you capture certain trophy fish, unlock certain trophy items in your save file game.
I like that. That'd be cool. I mean, that can't be that difficult, right? I mean,
it's going to be on the same account, and it would just give you like a promo code or something like that you would type into download for the in-game purchases.
That would be pretty awesome. I hope they do that. That'd be really cool.
Take notes, Sony.
Yeah, so this is going to come out September 2017. Now, I prepped you guys a little bit on this.
Okay.
I mentioned this game. It is a new horror game from Supermassive called The Impatient. The Inpatient, sorry, not The Impatient. That's somebody who's not very patient.
Oh,
This is The Inpatient. Yeah.
Patient.
So, we didn't learn much from the trailer. In fact, it looked like a lot like Outlast, especially since you're in a crazy house, a sanatorium. Now, more information has come to light.
It looks pretty.
Apparently, this is a prequel to Supermassive's other game. Do you know what other game Supermassive made?
No. Please, tell me.
Looks like Until Dawn to me, but...
That's because Supermassive made Until Dawn.
Yep.
This is a prequel to Until Dawn.
So, okay.
So this is going to be based in the hospital next door to the house.
Probably.
That's amazing.
Which was a horrifying location in that game.
Amazing game. Oh
Seriously,
my God.
right?
Look, there it is. There it is. Yep.
There
I'm
it
so
is.
stoked.
So, it takes place 60 years before Until Dawn. In a blog post, Supermassive said, "You don't have to have played Until Dawn to be able to enjoy The Inpatient. It's an entirely standalone title with a brand new story and and cast of characters to meet."
But you should definitely go play Until Dawn if you haven't.
Oh, absolutely.
1,000 times over.
I mean, the way they tell a story too, it's gonna be freaking amazing. The game description says, over the course of the game, you'll meet a variety of interesting patients and staff, each with their own motivations and agendas. How you react to these characters and choices you make will have profound and dramatic consequences for how the story unfolds. Kind of like Until Dawn. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm now super pumped. That is like Supermassive games.
And then here,
my life.
And you know how Until Dawn they had those little things like hold the controller still.
Yeah, and you're just like you're like, oh god, just set it on the table because I can't do this.
That's the thing though. If you put it on the table, you have to react quick enough to put it on the table. I just had to sit there and hold it. They're adding something to this one.
Okay, don't spoil it, but spoil it.
I'm gonna spoil it. When you speak out loud, the NPCs will react.
Oh yeah.
So the game can hear you if you scream.
You have to be wearing a headset for it.
Shout at somebody. Yeah, it's virtual reality.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
Virtual.
So like, if you're yelling at people, they'll turn around and look at you, which is just
wait. It's gonna be a VR exclusive.
Yeah. Aww. Buy VR, son.
I know. Now I have to.
So yeah, that's coming out September. Nope. There's no release date. I skipped ahead to the next story. Sorry, there's no release date.
So the next game's coming out.
This game's coming out on September 19th. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite got a brand new story trailer and an announcement of a free demo that you can download today, actually. And they announced it during the conference, like, you can download it right now. Guess what? You couldn't. I went right to it. You could not download it yet. Oh. The next day, actually, it was before the next day. It was like a couple hours later. You could download it, but I guess something happened. I don't know. So I played the demo. It was a lot of fun. They simplified the combo system, to where basically you're just hitting one button and then you can do other power moves and stuff. Like it looked like a lot of fun. And it's going really heavy with the story too. A lot of dialogue, a lot of things like that. They're going really, really heavy with that story.
Okay.
So yeah, cool. That's coming out. The next thing is God of War. That old game.
Oh, yeah, right?
It's not an old game. It's a very new game that's coming out. We saw some awesome gameplay footage. It looks beautiful, and it was exactly like I was thinking. It is similar fighting styles to how you fought in the original ones, like combos.
So it's a hack and slash.
It's a hack and slash, but it looks like it's more like today's standard of hack and slash. So a hack and slash in the way that I know this is not really a hack and slash, but like Assassin's Creed. That kind of fighting where it's like you have like 5 guys and they're all coming at you and you got to alternate between blocking and hitting and doing stuff like that. It's more, I don't know how to describe it.
Why did he throw his axe away?
Okay, our audio listeners can't see that. So we also learned that your son will be around for the combat and will interact in certain ways, sort of like Ellie in The Last of Us. Mm-hmm. So he'll like pop in and like, yeah, and hit somebody with a rock or something. I don't know.
I wonder if they're introducing the new character to the story.
What new character?
The son. They're going to introduce him, and then he's going to take over for more games into the future.
Maybe, yeah, that'd be cool.
That's my prediction.
Son of War.
The Son of War. So, I mean, the whole idea with this is that Kratos is kind of out of the game, and he's trying to be a good dad, and then something happens, and he has to go fight some people. But he's trying to teach his son. He's actually trying to keep his rage down. And he's trying to do whatever and teach his son how to be a man. So I mean that would make a lot of sense. He's done, he's not gonna go around killing gods anymore. He's done with that game. So maybe his son picks up the mantle. Who knows? What else? Oh yeah, Kratos' signature weapons have been replaced with an axe, so he doesn't have the chain things anymore. He has an axe, and at the end he meets the world serpent, which is a Norse thing.
Oh wow!
So
That is. They're introducing.
Oh yeah, they're going
deities.
Norse. No, they're not doing the Greek thing anymore. He moved to the north, and he's now talking with like Norse
He's gonna
people.
fight Thor and Odin and Freya.
Hopefully,
Because
He's gonna chop down Yggdrasil with his axe.
so but he's not gonna fight.
No.
He's not gonna fight the world serpent though, because at the end of this trailer, his son, like the serpent's like kind of talking with him. Like when you mentioned he threw the axe, the serpent comes out and like spits the axe back at him, and says something in serpent talk, in Norse talk. Actually, I think it was in Norse talk, and he's like, "Oh, what did it say?" And he said he wants to help us. So the world serpent's helping you. Yeah, and the release window is for early 2018.
it's a good time for it to come
Looks
out.
cool.
I think so. All right. Moving on to Destiny 2, a game we've already talked about, but at E3 we found out the PlayStation 4 owners are going to get a lot of extra exclusive content. We also got a more serious trailer. Like they were going goofy before, and now they're kind of going a little bit more serious with that. So with the exclusives, PlayStation owners are going to get an exclusive strike called Lake of Shadows, a ship called City Apex, an exotic weapon called Weapon Borealis.
Okay.
It's a weapon called Weapon.
It's called Weapon.
Or maybe that was a typo, I don't know. And a PvP map called Retribution. And we also have a bunch of exact release dates. July 18th, the PS4 pre-order beta begins. July 19th, Xbox pre-order beta begins. July 21st, open beta for PS4 and Xbox. July 23rd, console beta ends. Late August, PC beta. And then September 6th, the game launches on console. October 24th, the game will launch on PC. So console, then PC.
Yeah, cool. I mean, it's awesome that they're branching into the PC world. It's not a bad thing for them to do it a month and a half later.
Well, they were saying that they had issues with the PC build, that they wanted to make sure that it wasn't buggy, because it's not more. I don't think it's more difficult to work on PC, but there are more issues that can happen with PC. So they had.
There's so many more different specs.
Exactly.
That wasn't well worded, but
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. So the next thing, which was, this is how Sony ended their conference, and wow, it was so, oh god, I just did that. I've been doing that lately. I've been doing wow, that's really dumb. Spider-Man, a little bit of Spider-Man. We saw gameplay, and the combat looks freaking amazing. It looks like Batman Arkham games mixing stealth and fighting. So he's starts off the stage, and he does the thing and goes on the rafters and then stalks a dude and then uses his abilities to like tie him up, kind of like with Batman. I mean, like Batman does the exact same thing. It also looks like it's going to blend open world and small areas very well, probably in the same style as the Arkham City games, where when you start a story part, you are confined to that story, and then when you go back into the open world, then you kind of go to your missions and whatnot. I imagine it would be the same thing. A lot of QuickTime events though. Did you see the trailer?
I saw a little bit of it.
Yeah, at the end there were a lot of QuickTime events, like constantly one after another. I mean, it looked amazing. I mean, the cinematic that was playing out looked incredible.
Maybe they're just trying to bring it back.
What I heard was, I think that was more for like the more cinematic parts of the story, so that they could control how you're like fighting for that part of it to make it like do the actual Super Spider-Man stuff.
I don't like QuickTime events. If something amazing is happening, I just want to watch. Like when you go through QuickTime events, you're not really seeing what's happening on the screen. You're looking at your prompts, and I want to see what's happening. And I don't know, but hopefully it's not that bad. Now we saw a couple characters pop up in the demo. Kingpin, who's in jail. Either Norman or Harry Osborn was mentioned, and at the very end we see Miles Morales. He's like filming him with his phone and stuff, and then some guy goes, "Hey Miles, come on, let's go," and then he turns around and goes, "Eh?" And then like it cuts.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. Now we're not sure who the main villain is, but in the demo, Spider-Man is fighting the demons, whose leader is Mr. Negative. He should be a little bit more optimistic. Am I right, fellas? Am I right?
I mean, you are about this game.
I'm trying to fill in the gap that Chris fills with the dad puns.
I hope
Yeah.
they get web slinging right, and I hope they get his sarcasm right.
Absolutely. Well, this game will swing into stores.
It's a Sony game, right?
Yeah.
So I wonder if they're going to have Andrew Garfield voice act.
And, like the president?
No, Andrew Garfield's the voice or the actor of Spider-Man for the Sony
The
movie.
newest. Well, I mean,
Oh.
they are rebooting it again with Homecoming. So
Well, no,
that's not-
these
I
are
guess
two
that's
separate
not
things.
Sony,
That's Marvel. Yeah.
Yeah, these are two separate, completely separate storylines and everything like that, so probably not.
But they should just do it.
Yeah, okay. All right, why don't you call them?
I will.
Give them a call.
Should get Tobey Maguire.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
right.
should. I kind of want maybe just DLC where I could turn that off and on. I would like that.
Spider-Man 3, Tobey Maguire.
Yeah. So yeah, it swings into stores 2018.
Oh,
That was a good one.
I actually said that one earlier, and nobody cared or heard.
It just didn't stick the first time.
That's true.
that's 3.
I don't even know if that was intentional, but I liked it. Now, offstage, Sony announced the Knack 2 release date for September 5th. I think that's kind of funny that they didn't really share that on stage. You know, it's Knack 2. Nobody really cares about that. But it's apparently going to be pretty cool. So, you know, we'll see. Moving on to Nintendo. Oh my god, so many things to cover. Now, Nintendo started off by showing their competitive games like ARMS and Pokken Tournament DX. And they revealed that Rocket League is coming to Nintendo Switch.
That'd be
That's pretty
exciting.
cool. That's pretty. And then again,
Although-
more reasons for me to buy a Switch. I'm down for that.
I'm wondering if they're going to have to downgrade the gameplay.
I mean, it wasn't really PC intensive, was it?
Doesn't
I mean,
seem that
They could
intensive.
probably run it.
Okay.
I mean,
I
is
mean-
the Switch really that much less
It's not,
powerful?
it's not
I
that
don't
it's
think so.
much less powerful. It's just Rocket League has when you score, you lag on the PlayStation 3. Just in the
Oh.
I mean, it's not an overwhelming lag, but
I thought that was like an
PlayStation
intentional
3?
slowdown.
I'm sorry, PlayStation 4.
I was gonna say, yeah. Wait,
I thought it was like it's supposed to be slowed down, so it's like
yeah. I can't imagine that it's slowing down on a
the case. I just
PlayStation
I was
4,
like, wow,
no.
this always happens right here, and it's really annoying.
I
So-
think that was
okay.
intentional.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. That's
All
funny.
right. Anytime I'm allowed to be wrong.
It's yeah, that doesn't happen very often. Scheduled to release this holiday season, it will feature crossplay, except for Sony because Shuhei is a greedy child. Yeah, I love you, Shuhei, and I know you don't listen, but you're a greedy child who doesn't let anybody play with your toys. That's who you are. Grow up. So yeah, it will feature crossplay though. So the next thing is this. It's a new Kirby game.
I'm excited for that.
I was
Not like overwhelmed, but
yeah, it's. I mean, cool.
Kirby's cool.
It's all right.
If they bring it back to the Kirby Adventures, like where you actually.
No, it's side scrolling. Like it's just like you
Yeah.
know. Oh yeah, that's right. That's Kirby's
this is
Adventure.
Kirby Adventures.
Dreamland and yeah,
Dreamland's
yeah,
and-
yeah, yeah.
all the goodness. Yeah.
I mean, okay, yeah.
I mean, as
it
a
looks
kid,
fun,
this was
but I can't see myself getting excited for this.
No, I'm definitely
Yeah?
I'm gonna enjoy this. Look, that looks like multiplayer.
Yeah,
I would play that. Yeah,
I mean,
that
I'll-
one
I'll
said
play
CP above
it.
their name, so
I'll play it, but that's about it. The next, and both of these games are coming out 2018. So the next one is a new Yoshi game.
Please tell me he's not made of yarn.
he's made
I
of
don't
Cardboard.
cardboard or
Okay.
something. I don't
Nah.
know. Like, is he though? He looks pretty 3D.
That looks like felt.
Yeah, it's like felt. It's felt Yoshi. This one I'm definitely less excited for.
I agree.
I'm definitely less excited for. These look like kids game, which I get. You know, you're
mean, that's
Nintendo. You make
Nintendo's
kids
platform,
games,
yeah.
but so Yoshi is happening 2018. Get pumped, guys. Get psyched. Moving on. Metroid Prime 4.
Do you have the picture?
I do, but I don't have it pulled up. That's the thing. Like, okay, so I didn't. The thing is, we have like 15, 16 videos that we just showed. Actually, we have a couple more too. I didn't want to waste another spot just having another pointless freaking video because, well, not another pointless video. I feel like all these were important. But Metroid Prime 4, it was a bunch of fog and it was just like blue smoke
It's
and
just
flames
the
and stuff.
logo, right?
And then it says Metroid 4
And
now
everybody went
in
crazy.
development. Like, okay,
I mean,
cool.
No,
But
no,
that's
not
it. It's
cool.
never coming out.
Yeah.
It's never coming out ever.
It is one of their most coveted IPs.
It is, and the internet is filled with people freaking out about this. But here's the thing: why would you overhype a game that is already so freaking hyped? Why not just go, hey, Metroid, next year or the year after that or whenever it's ready, Metroid Prime 4. By the way, coming out next year. I don't know why hype a game that already has so much freaking hype. I don't get it. Let's move on to this one I'm hyped about, but this is in the same vein. They announced that a new Pokemon RPG is being developed by Game Freak for Nintendo Switch, but they just
didn't even have a picture.
No, it didn't have a picture. It doesn't even have a story.
Hey guys, by the way, we're gonna put a game on the Switch.
We've started developing it. I think that's what he said. We started developing. Or no, we're about to start. That's what it was. We're about to start developing.
Now in development.
Yeah.
They're about to maybe.
They'll start it after they're done with Metroid.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we're going to go ahead and release another rendition of our most popular recently released game that we did 6 months ago just to make a little bit more money on it. And then we're going to go ahead and go into production on
one day.
For a good game.
Now after the Nintendo Spotlight, they announced that a new 3DS title, Metroid Samus Returns, will be coming out. It's going to be a reimagining of Metroid 2 for the Game Boy, and its release date is September 15th. Xenoblade Chronicles 2. That's a game that's happening. I know nothing about. I'm just going to read facts because I know nothing about this game. Brings players back to the open world JRPG, starting a new character who is in search of a world called Elysium. Blades are a new mechanic added to the game. They are sentient weapons, and there are dozens of them to collect.
Ooh.
The battle art system, which I don't know what that means, has gone through a major overhaul and has been simplified. Cool. It's coming out Q4 2017. Huzzah. Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Fire Emblem Warriors. That's coming out. That's a thing.
I have so much mixed feelings about this.
I'm down for it. It's another Dynasty Warrior style game like Hyrule Warriors was. It's coming out Q3 2017. I mean,
I'm excited for it because I love Breath of Fire. I'm sorry. Wow, Fire Emblem. But I pulled a Josh there.
You did.
But no, I love Fire Emblem. All the games are amazing. They have some of the best replayability and great storylines and character developments. You really get attached to the characters, especially when it's traumatizing when they die. But I really want to know what they're going to do to make this different than the previous model.
I don't know. I have no idea. We don't really know anything about it. What we do know is Zelda is getting some DLC. Now, it's coming in 3 separate packs, available only in one season pass bundle for $19.99, $20.
It's 3 packs now?
Yeah.
Because on the Switch, they're advertising it only as 2.
Well, it's 3, but there's a small little pack that gives you three treasure chests and then 3 regular chests. I don't know.
Okay.
That's a weird thing. So DLC Pack 1, which is going to be the second pack, I guess, is called Master Trials. It features Trial of the Sword, a new challenge mode where enemies appear one after another. In this mode, Link has no armor or weapons and must scavenge supplies while defeating 45 rooms of enemies. Completing this mode will power up the Master Sword to never break. That's pretty cool. It's going to have a new hard mode where enemies rank up in difficulty even further and much earlier in the game. Heroes Path mode where players can track everywhere they have traveled with Link on the map with a green line. Why do people care about that? That sounds really weird.
So
it's just a map and it shows you where Link went.
Because it's a huge world, so I guess you can see where you haven't gone.
So it's just going to be a bunch of squigglies. Oh, where you haven't gone. That is true.
So
okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Colors in the areas you've been.
All right. Travel Medallion. A chest in the world will contain the Travel Medallion, which will allow players to create a new fast travel spot where they stand. There's going to be a Korok mask, which will show you where Korok seeds are nearby. It's going to be new equipment. And that's it for DLC Pack 1. DLC Pack 2...
That's actually pretty big.
Yeah, it is. It's a pretty big package there. Zelda's got a pretty good package.
I mean, Link.
Well, I know, but I'm talking about...
Okay. Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I was going to make a joke about Zelda, like the Princess Zelda, but then I realized I'm like, okay, well, I can't really... There's no way to package that in. DLC Pack 2 is it's called The Champion's Ballad. Now, we don't know too much except that it's coming holiday 2017, and it has new additional story that focuses on the champions. There's also a new dungeon to explore and additional challenges. So that's happening.
I like the mysterium behind that.
Yeah.
That's really exciting.
Absolutely. Last thing, the the thing that everybody is super excited for, that everybody's been talking about, going crazy for, Super Mario Odyssey. So we got a new trailer featuring gameplay, more gameplay than we saw before. Mario, and we also know one of the main gameplay mechanics, which is Mario can throw his hat Cappy on enemies, humans, dinosaurs, electricity. I don't know how that works.
This is the Monster Hunter you're playing again.
Yeah. Well, that's what I thought. And probably other things to take control of them. So in the thing they show you, throwing a hat on a dinosaur, and then all of a sudden the dinosaur's like looking around. You can control the dinosaur.
I'm not gonna lie, that's some amazing gameplay for the Switch.
Yeah, it's probably gonna run awful, but it does look really cool. It looks really, really cool. It's also going to feature a co-op mode where one of the players can control Mario and the other one will control Cappy. And Cappy will be invulnerable and be able to do certain things that, help Mario. Release date is for October 27th.
The 2D to 3D stuff looks really cool.
Absolutely, it really does. And that's freaking it, guys. That's what I've been doing all day.
Good job.
Oh, man. That's all the news. E3's done. E3's done. Thank God. Oh, I just happened across this Ace Combat 7's coming out. It looks pretty cool. That's it. I didn't want to write that down. It's all done. Now we're going to skip right over viewer questions because we were going very, very late. We are not going to forget video game 20 questions, though. I have come up with a game in my head, and I actually prepared this one. I gave it some good thought, and I wrote down a lot of information about it. So I'm going to be able to answer your questions, your yes or no questions, which is how this is played. They're going to ask yes or no questions.
So there's no maybes, or I can't answer that?
Oh, there's probably going to be a lot of maybes, and I can't answer that, and hold on, let me Google it. Actually, maybe not the Google part. Or,
be careful with that.
Be careful.
I got two of them last week.
Yeah, he got two. Be careful with that ones. So, then they got to figure out the game. So, start.
Go for it.
Did it come out after January 1st, 2000?
No.
So it's a baby game. I mean,
it's a baby game.
It's a baby game.
It's the baby's games.
It's a game I played when I was a baby.
Yeah. Now you two as a team, you've come the closest to beating the record. You've tied the record, so I believe in you guys. I think you can nail this one.
I don't want to focus on game systems immediately. I want to focus on genres more.
Go for it.
So, I compliment you on your strategy and your technique. Like, hey, you know that thing we always do? Let's not do that.
Let's not do that.
No, I mean, hey, maybe.
Hey, I just want to know, is it a platformer?
No.
Okay, so it's an older game that's not a platformer.
Do you play as a human?
Yes. You're a human.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you collect coins or currency in this game?
No.
Okay, so there's no power-up level.
Not really. No.
No,
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no. No. It's not a be careful. It's not a be careful. It's a no. It's a no.
You do not collect shit.
No.
Okay.
There's no collection.
Hey, I got a swear word. Cha-ching.
Almost made an entire episode without one.
Wait, no. We established that is not a swear word.
No. That's a swear word.
Oh.
Bitch is not a swear word.
And ass is not a swear word?
Well, don't test out what's a swear word and what's not a swear word.
Let's just take a moment.
Let's
try to find out what's PC here, okay?
Okay.
Wait, we're allowed to show people getting choked out with like a rope, but you can't say shit?
Yeah, if you...
Damn it, stop!
I'm just going to call this out real quick. Your favorite game that we showed the trailer for? Far Cry 5?
Yeah. There was blood.
No, when you're walking through the bus, it literally says fuck right on the side. It really did.
Okay. But
now we're done.
But you know why we can't curse is because we get classified differently on iTunes as either being a clean podcast or a dirty podcast.
A bad boy.
And that was the video part. And you know what? We keep all the curse words on our videos on demand and on Facebook. So stop saying bad words. I have to listen to the whole damn thing and cut out these tiny little freaking curse words. Fuck! I get one. If I'm going to have to go through it, I want one. There's mine.
Everybody gets one.
What question are we on? 4. Ask your dang gosh darn it questions.
Hearing the word fuck is premium content.
Stop saying it! I don't even know. I'm just... we've done one every minute.
As long as
10-10, 10-11, 10-12, 10-13, 10-14.
Just for the last 15 minutes of the episode, just listen to it all.
You almost said another one. Okay, seriously, no more.
Okay.
No more.
Okay, so we know that it's not a platformer. You play as a human. It is an older game.
You don't collect currency.
And you do not collect
We
currency.
lost 3 viewers with that, by the way.
Oh, they'll come back. They love us.
Is it an RPG?
Is it an RPG? No.
Okay.
That is 5.
So I think we need to narrow down.
Console-wise?
Why not? We'll bounce
Go for
back.
it.
So is it the Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis generation?
Now, you were saying when it was released, right?
We know now that it's been remastered. So, maybe. So, yes.
I just need you to be very specific when we talk about that stuff.
Yes,
Okay.
when it was released on the Sega Genesis generation.
No.
So, it was re-released onto the Sega Genesis generation.
Okay.
Just because I say no to something doesn't mean that automatically it's going to be the opposite of that thing.
It's always got to be.
I mean, like, the Dreamcast came out in 99, so...
That's true. Your turn. Narrow it down.
Is it a sports game?
No.
Okay.
Not a sports game.
Oh, is it cooperative?
Yeah. Yeah, there is co-op. There's co-op.
Oh man, I need to start saying instead of it co-op, multiplayer with co-op and versus mode, because that's kind of important. But
I mean, I wouldn't waste a question,
on that. Yeah.
Can you play as more than one character? Here it comes.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, kind of. That's a new one.
That's to be careful with.
That's a new one. I'm gonna say yeah, kind of, and that is not even like that is an exact answer. That is the perfect answer to that. Yeah, kind of. In a way, yes.
Okay.
But be careful with that one.
There you go.
Actually, seriously, be careful.
There it is. All right, so you can
9.
You can play as other people.
And
Ish.
yeah. I don't think you're gonna beat the record. I don't believe in you.
Oh,
Do you want to throw out more genres?
I don't know if
Or do we want to try to...
where do you want to go with this? Do you think figuring out the system will help? I mean, the big thing is you don't collect anything into it. There's no collecting of currency, no power ups.
I think genre is going to be more helpful.
Okay, let's do it. So we know that it's not an RPG. We know that it's not a platformer. We know that there's cooperative mode to it. Is it a beat 'em up?
Yeah. Okay.
No, not a beat 'em up.
Oh, because beat 'em ups have power ups. Damn it.
Is it survival horror?
Wait, why do you keep saying power ups?
Well, because you collect currency to enhance your weapons and stuff.
Okay, but I mean,
Oh, you know, you don't
power ups
really
are different.
That
than,
is power ups is different. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it survival horror?
No.
No.
To answer your question, no.
Okay.
No. I'm not. No.
Is that just because you don't want to answer it?
No, I'm saying this is one of those things where people can debate and be like, oh, well, no, it's not. It's not.
So some people may think that it is.
Okay.
No, idiots will think it is.
Well,
And I probably should have just said no and just let that go because that's a giant hint. But unless you can guess it in one question, then I don't think you're going to beat the record.
idiots will think it's survival horror.
It's
You kind of play as multiple characters.
I wouldn't
I'm going with all the be careful.
hold on to
all the
that
be
one too
careful.
long.
I like to live loose.
And it's kind of. Oh no, it is co-op. There's co-op elements.
Yeah.
So, kind of co-op.
So
I
much
want.
silence.
I want to know. I need to know
If he really loves me,
Yes.
how will I know? That's how will I know. I said I want
I
to
think
know.
we need a console.
Go for it.
Is it on? Oh wait, maybe I should do franchise. I'm like trying to narrow it down.
We got plenty of questions.
Is there a
I mean,
sequel?
well, yeah. I mean,
Is there a
you got
sequel to it?
9? Yes.
Okay. So there's been more than one.
There has been more than one.
Is it a exclusive?
Was it exclusive when it was released?
Yes.
Okay. I know. I always hesitate that word or that one question. I don't like it. But it's,
Well, I mean,
I think it's important.
Yeah, I think
it
it's
is.
pretty
It's
important.
always important.
Yeah.
All right, that's 13. That's 13.
So now we can be more free with the questions.
Yeah. Well, I mean, be careful with your questions.
He's got a good one, I can tell.
Was it a Sony exclusive?
No.
Okay. That was a terrible waste.
No, it wasn't. You just
cut out a
eliminated
huge-
like a whole bunch of things.
I know. Is it coming out? No. Bad question, not really a question. Is it coming out on the Atari box?
Why would you cover
that's
the
a-
microphone? I don't know if that got picked up now. Jeez.
It definitely got picked up.
All right.
All right.
You're on 14.
Do you shoot in it?
Yes.
So
15.
it's a shooting game with shooting-esque game.
Shooting, sort of survival horror.
No. The answer was no to survival horror.
Yeah, sort of. So it's not Left 4 Dead. Ooh, I want to know, is it a top-down or is it a first person?
Go for it.
So-
Pick one and
I'm going to do top-down because it's going to... Yeah, is it a top-down?
Nope.
Okay.
so then it could be like a side scroller or first person.
Yep, side-scroller or first person. Or third person.
Yeah.
No, did they really do third person pre-2000? Not really.
I mean, the 64 had.
True.
All right, 16. You only got 4 more questions,
Yeah, but
guys.
the 64 was notorious for animals, not humans, except for Perfect Dark. Is it perfect?
We already had that as one of them.
Yeah, we did that.
Is it science fiction?
Yeah. I think you can call it science fiction. Yeah.
Okay, so it's not a fantasy style. It's not magical. It's
Yeah.
There are
Science-based.
science elements in fiction. It's definitely fiction.
Oh,
we
it's
have-
not. It's not a non-fiction game.
It's not a non-fiction game, not based
So-
on a true story.
so it's not Tom Clancy.
Yeah, it's not the adventure.
Oh, damn. Well, I guess I just actually gave away a whole lot, didn't I?
Yeah, it's not Rainbow Six. It's
Well,
not.
it's not Call of Duty. All right. Well, crap.
Oh, it is?
There's so many things.
Are those not fiction?
I mean, they're,
Well, I mean,
they're
but,
based
you
on
know,
unrealistic
yeah.
implementation.
I mean, I guess that would still be fiction.
Yeah.
It's, historical fiction.
Benjamin
that's
Franklin
like a whole
shoots a
new
lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
genre. Is it a historical based game?
Yeah, 3 questions. I don't think you're going to get this.
Okay, so you play
I
as
don't think
human
you're gonna get it.
people.
Throw out something weird that could be extremely helpful or completely unhelpful.
Okay, so it's a shooting game that has co-op. It's probably at that point going to have a versus mode. I'm just going to assume. We know that it's not top down and you don't collect currency, but they're
He's specified
You know
currency,
what?
not
Here,
power ups.
I'll tell you what, too.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. With 3 questions left, I really want to. I want to push you guys in the right direction. I want to push you guys in the right
before
direction.
you do it, do I have anything from the people?
Oh
that would
yeah,
like-
sorry. If you in chat, I forgot to say that. It's been a long day.
Hey, chat people.
Chat people, if you want to ask a question, if you think you have a question that will help them with 20 questions, then the best one on there I will pull out and I will let them use. But we've only got 3 questions, so get on it. I would say you might want to focus a little bit more on the console.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted. I was hoping that we could go in a different direction when. So we know that it's not a Sony exclusive when it launched. So that.
And
therefore-
just real quick, I accidentally just misled you.
Oh.
Accidentally.
So
So
don't.
you're going to clarify?
Don't focus on the
I can't
console.
elaborate. I cannot elaborate because that will give it away. But I accidentally just misled you.
So don't focus on the console.
No, I mean.
So it is a survival horror.
And
It is not.
there is currency.
And you don't play as a human.
I mean, everything I told
So
you
it's
was
totally
still correct.
single player.
Everything I told you is absolutely correct.
Oh, but misleading.
No. The hint I just gave you was just.
To focus on console?
Yeah.
Yeah, because remember, it was an exclusive, but it's not an exclusive. But it was released a second
No.
time. There's a sequel. Just remember that.
Yeah.
Figure out what it came out on.
The closet.
Good one. Figure out what it came out on.
I'm going to say that it has to be newer than.
Just should we throw out a console?
Has Wolfenstein been a game already? Have we already done Wolfenstein in?
No,
20
we did
questions.
Doom.
There is no co-op though in that. Not even in the newest one.
Mm-mm.
So never mind on that. I know he really wants us to focus on the console. We only have
Figure
3
out
questions.
what it came out on.
Did it come out on the N64?
Nope.
Shit.
So at that point,
2 questions.
well, it wasn't. Wait a second.
Oh, hold on.
Uh-oh.
That
In
kind
the 0 hour, for some reason, you guys always figure out in the 0 freaking hour.
Well, no. Like,
Zero Dark 30 up in this biatch.
is it Zero Dark? No,
No, it's nonfiction.
no, it's nonfiction. Right,
Wait, no,
right.
it is fiction.
Wait, is it fiction or is it?
Is it?
nonfiction?
Was that what was
Did
misleading?
we already do that? Are we
You
talking
guys
about historical?
No, forget the misleading part because
Are we
fixed
being
it.
misled by your misleading us?
So
I'll explain after.
okay. So we know that it wasn't a Sony exclusive.
Yes.
Okay, so that means that it wasn't then. It's not an Xbox because Xbox came after,
Yes.
and we know that it's not a
And
64.
Yeah.
So it has to be Dreamcast, or it had to have come out before then, but it didn't come out on the Super Nintendo, so it has to be Dreamcast originally.
That's sound logic.
I mean, yeah, that's absolutely has to be. Unless it's side scroller and it's Contra, and then we're just screwed.
But I don't see anyone thinking that would be survival horror. There's some small subset of
Wow!
You only have one life, all right? Unless you use the Contra code,
yeah.
you die
Konami
quick.
code, yeah.
Konami code.
All right, we gotta wrap this up, guys. We amazingly did not do a 2-hour show.
So
I'm
I
very happy
have
with
I have
that.
3 questions or
You have,
two,
you have
two
two
questions.
questions. That's
Okay,
it.
so it's either A, Dreamcast, or B, a side scroller. But side scroller shooter, Contra was still considered a platformer, so it can't be that.
Yeah.
So
You guys are never gonna figure this out.
no,
Figure out
Science
what it came out on.
fiction-ish.
Just figure out what it came out on.
okay. Well, I'm not gonna.
That's gonna help you a lot. If you can figure out what it came out on in these last 2 questions with the information that you have, you can take a shot in the dark and probably get it.
Use one for the console.
Yeah, no, but I don't want to wager it on Dreamcast.
Save that for our last question then.
Okay, so
So we need one other. Be careful with that question.
right. So we know that humans know that it's a shooter game.
Kind of play as multiple characters.
We don't know if it's first person or third person.
Yeah, that's.
Is it first person?
It is,
But be careful with that.
but be careful with it.
Yes.
Great.
It is.
That's 4. Be
I mean-
careful with that.
It is.
That's the kind of records we should.
Yeah.
start
It is. But be careful with
aiming
that.
That's our record.
Okay, so it's a first-person shooter, co-op, human,
We got 1 question.
Science fiction.
science fiction. What was? We knew that it wasn't. Oh, and we know that it's not any Call of Duty, Tom Clancy.
Yeah.
Um.
Uh-oh.
No, you don't got it.
No. Well, no.
Seriously, man.
It could be like not Splinter Cell, but kind of Splinter
What
Cell.
did it come out on? I'm telling you.
Is this our last question?
This is your last question. You have to
Go for it.
ask. You have to figure out what it came out on.
I know, but I don't want to throw away Dreamcast. I mean,
Can I ask something else?
You are going when you hear this game, you're gonna be like, oh my god! The entire time we should have tried to figure out what it came out on, because that would have given it away.
right. So we know first person shooter co-op. What? And we know that it's not Sony exclusive.
Mhm.
So we know that it didn't come out on the PlayStation. Or no, sorry. It could have come out on the PlayStation, but we know it didn't come out on the Nintendo 64.
Right.
We need to not worry about it being an exclusive. We need to worry about what
What it came out on,
what
apparently.
generation of console it came out on. Well, no, because we know that it didn't come out on the Sony or on the
Oh my god!
Super Nintendo generation, and we
I'm
know
just
that
going to ask it.
Go for it.
Did it come out on the Dreamcast?
Nope.
All right.
All right, that's your last question. Just you got to take a shot in the dark because you're nowhere close. With the information you have, there are so many games that could be. I promise you, there are so many games. Just take a shot in the dark. Here, I'll tell you what. Rather than just having you take a shot in the dark, what I was trying to get you to say, because I kept saying the misleading thing was figure out what console it came out on.
Oh, because
it didn't come out on a console.
Okay.
Exclusively. So then that's why I said, I'm sorry, I was accidentally misleading. And then after that, I kept saying, figure out what it came out on.
So it came out on the PC.
Nope.
Came out arcade.
Yep.
Time Crisis.
No, sort of survival horror. Is it like Area 51?
See, and then that's what I was saying. Like, you could take a shot in the dark and try to figure it out. The game that was released...
House of Horror... no.
House of the Dead?
Yes!
September 13th, 1996, made in Japan, a light gun arcade game, exclusive on release in arcade, made by Sega, came out on the Saturn in 1998, Windows also. Players' action or inaction affect direction of gameplay. Mixed average reviews. The game was House of the Dead.
We got it.
So so you said survival horror. I'm like, well, you're trying to survive, and there's horror. Wait, no, there's no survival. It's not survival horror. There's no way.
It is. You're getting attacked by zombies.
And also, you said first-person shooter. You said, yeah, first-person. I'm like, well, yeah, it's kind of first-person, but it's a rail shooter, so... Yeah. Oh,
hey,
right.
I'll give it to you. Thank you for bringing it back to arcade. It's been a minute since we've had an arcade game.
I thought you guys would like that. I appreciate that. Okay, so that does it for us, guys. Thank you so much for... were you going to say something?
Oh, yeah. No, I was heartbroken about the misleading console thing. That would have been...
I gave you so many hints.
The one time we should have gone for what thing it came out on.
Yeah. That's honestly what you said. That I'm sitting here, I'm like, really? Really? Of all times? Of all times?
We definitely would have got that. Because as soon as we narrowed it down to 3 games. But it's not sci-fi.
Yeah, no, there is, because the zombies are a result of chemical stuff.
Oh, you're right.
It's not
it
supernatural.
It is.
It's all like
that's real life.
Science.
That's nonfiction.
It is not fictional. Yeah. Okay, so that does it for us, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. You can find all of our podcast stuff on YouTube, youtube.com/downrightfiercegaming. Please subscribe. I want a YouTube channel. Give me a YouTube channel name. I need it. Now you just have to search youtube.com. You don't know why I added the .com there. You have to search YouTube for Downright Fierce Gaming. You can also find us on Facebook, facebook.com/DownrightFierceGaming. We're also on Twitter at DRF Podcast, twitch.tv/DRF Podcast. New episodes released every Monday on iTunes, Google Play, Podbean, and Stitcher. Make sure you go on there and rate us a 5. If you didn't like what we did, just send me a message, tell me why, but still send us a 5. Additionally, you can buy our merchandise, t-shirts and whatnot. I'm actually going to be making some more t-shirts, some funny stuff that you can wear around with your bodies. Teespring.com/DownrightFierceGaming. That's where you can find those. Now you can also kick us a couple bucks on Patreon, patreon.com/DownrightFierce. It gets you exclusive content 1 week early. Before everybody else gets it. Also, it gets you a thank you at the end of the show. So we want to thank Mark Mayfield. Thank you, Mark Mayfield.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you.
We also want to thank Jeff Knight. Thank you, Jeff Knight.
Thank you.
We also want to thank Brian Altano for his music, even though he doesn't listen. Damon Hatfield for his music, even though he doesn't listen. And...
how bad are you going to feel when you actually find out that
they listen?
Yeah, we listen.
But I can't expect them that they're listening. The big one, this guy actually might listen. He might have listened. He might have seen this episode. He might have been watching this whole time. I met somebody named MC Lars. And he was super, super cool. In fact, I'm announcing this right now. We're going to have an interview with MC Lars in October. Now, I know that's a really long way away, but he is coming into town, and he said that he would love to do an interview for the podcast. So, actually, he's not coming into town. He's coming into state. I'm going to have to drive to him. I think he's in Orlando or Ocala or something. But we will have that interview, and also he said it was cool. His website said that it was cool if I use his music. And he said it was cool if I used the instrumental tracks, though. He did say that personally.
Oh, cool.
But that's for karaoke. But I'm taking that yes and turning it into the podcast stuff. I'm sure he won't mind.
We get a subpoena.
Yeah, seriously, a cease and desist. We also want to thank our executive producers, Brian Kaminsky and Andrew Kirkendall. Look forward to a new series with Brian called Brian's First Time. Pretty soon we're going to launch that. It's going to be Brian playing video games that because he doesn't know anything about video games.
Oh, I totally thought it was going in another direction.
Well, that's the thing. It's going to be called Brian's First Time, and the tagline is "You always remember your first time."
Okay.
So it's going to be funny to watch him flail. Also, you can watch our Omegle videos. That's on our YouTube page where we talk with random strangers on Omegle. In fact, we're going to record one right now. So we're going to go do that. And that's it. Now we're done. We're not doing this anymore today. Take care of each other. Go make babies.
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day. Go
become a father.
Befriend a
homeless person.
That's where my brain went.
Okay, we'll do it.
And go make babies.